Good morning, everyone. Hope you're well at the start of a new week, although I'm recording this on Sunday evening. Monday I'll see the start of my second week back at school after 6 weeks off. And this has the same can probably be said for a lot of the children and young people that we have at Church on the Way. At the start of September is always a bit of a funny one, really, for me, and I'm sure many other people that have it's almost like September, it's the start of a school year. It feels like the start of a new year almost, doesn't it? It's a bit of a strange time for some people as we settle into new classes or to new drop-off times or whatever it might be. There's a lot of new things going on around this time. And speaking to colleagues at work last week, everyone kind of wants the first few weeks to just be done and to disappear almost, so you know that you're well in there and you settled into the first half term. And talking about this and thinking about it, it got me thinking of the jobs and the work that we do. And I was reminded of a verse. I'm sure there's been a devotion on it at some point. It's Colossians 3 verse 23, and it says, "And whatever you do, do it heartily, as to the Lord and not to men." And I think it's quite easy, isn't it, for us to isolate work and church if you want as two separate things, especially if the thing that you're doing isn't something that you're maybe that too bothered about or that you don't feel that passionate about. I'm fortunate enough to really love the job that I do and realise what a important job it is as well. And we're instructed in this verse, aren't we, that wherever we find ourselves, not just in terms of a workplace, but wherever we find ourselves and what we find ourselves doing, do it knowing that we're serving God, regardless of how we might feel about it on certain days or our attitude towards it. We've been called to work in a way that is pleasing to God. And by doing that, we've then got an opportunity to show the gospel as well, in the workplace or wherever we are, volunteering or whatever it might be. When everyone else is maybe complaining that it's Monday again, we can be the ones that are positive and enthusiastic and up for it. When everyone else is saying that 6 weeks isn't quite enough time to have off, or for others maybe a bank holiday for most people, we can be the ones that turn up to work with enthusiasm and energy and encouragement for our colleagues who might be finding it hard to get back into the swing of things. When everyone else is talking about other people behind their backs or saying that it should be done this way or that way, we can be the ones who don't get involved in it. And it doesn't have to be a case of ramming scriptures and Bible verses down people's throats, but acting in that kind of way and acting and working in that sort of way might just lead to a conversation about why we don't get involved in that, or why we're okay about turning up to work after 6 weeks off. And it might just lead to a spiritual conversation, might it? And that's the bigger picture for us after all, isn't it? To make disciples. Remember, the jobs and the places that we find ourselves are not our purpose. We're doing our jobs because of the bigger purpose that we have, the purpose of loving God and loving our neighbours and working heartily in what we do. So think about your own reputation at work and what that might be. Is it one that you're a hard worker, that you're an encourager and that you're reliable, or is it something different? Remember that the place that we find ourselves on a daily basis is no mistake. God's got us exactly where he wants us, even if we maybe don't feel like we want to be there ourselves sometimes. So today, be encouraged and to remember of who we are really working for as we enter another week. I know that's easier said than done at times, I realise that. So let's pray for each other this week, that as we go about what occupies a lot of our living lives at work, let's pray that we can be lights in places that desperately need it, and that it will lead to conversations about why we don't act like other people act. Have a great day, everyone. See you soon.